Hello students, in today's class we'll learn about the different harmful effect of microorganisms, that is how these microorganisms affect us. So far in the last class, after the last class, we have learned what are the different types of microorganisms and what are the beneficial effect, that is what are the good effect they give to us, good benefit they give to us. So from this class onwards we'll learn what are the harmful effect, and we'll try to cover most of the harmful effect of this section in today's class, so be attentive. So the first harmful effect we get from microorganisms is they cause us number of communicable diseases. So first example in present situation you give is COVID disease, like the coronavirus disease. Virus is a microorganisms and it is harmful to you because it is giving you the disease. Okay, right? Coronavirus is affecting you, so this virus is harmful to you, and viruses are nothing but the microorganisms. So first of all, you know that there are some common example of viral disease. It is micro caused by microorganisms, that is a virus, and the known disease is coronavirus. Similarly, there are several virus, bacteria, and protozoa fungi which cause disease to human beings, animals, and plants. So we learn this disease more specifically. We learn the diseases. Okay, because harm means this more specifically the harm only in the form of disease to us. So the first point is microorganism causes communicable disease. Okay, some of the microorganisms cause diseases in human beings, plants, and animals. Okay, so far we have learned that in the last class that some microbes are good also. For example, lactobacillus bacteria is helping to convert the milk to curd, in which we are eating. So there are some good microbes also. So here they are saying that not all, some microbes can cause disease of human beings, plants, and animals. The diseases caused by microorganisms are called pathogens. So what are these notorious or the poisonous microorganisms are called? These microorganisms which cause disease, only the bad ones are known as pathogens because they cause us disease, so they are known as pathogens. So first we'll learn how they affect humans. So in humans what happens? Pathogens means the notorious or the disease causing microorganisms. Remember, pathogens enter our body through the air we breathe, the water we drink, or the food we eat. They also get transmitted by direct contact with the infected person or are carried through animals. Okay, so what are the different modes of transmission or how this get transferred to our body? The first is by the air we breathe. From air the virus or the microorganisms or the bacteria enter our body. The next is with water, it may travel. The next is with food, whatever food we are eating that may be contaminated, and with that we are eating the microorganisms, or they may be transferred to direct contact with the infected person or are carried through animals. For example, this coronavirus, how it spreads? Whenever you come in contact with any the infected person, it will spread. Okay, the AIDS, the different diseases similar they are over there which spread over the contact with the infected person. Okay, then microbial diseases that can be spread from an infected person to the other person through air, water, food, physical contact by us are called communicable diseases. So what is a communicable disease? So there are different diseases, but the diseases caused by microorganisms which transfer from one person to another person. Okay, one person to another person by which means by air, water, food, physical contact, or by animal are called as communicable. The disease which transfer from one person to another person by this means are known as communicable diseases. Okay, examples of communicable, there are many examples. Chlorella disease are there, then common cold, the fever, then chicken pox, then tuberculosis, TB disease are there. So in this table we'll learn some common diseases caused by microorganisms in humans. What are the diseases? The example of diseases from caused by virus are common cold, influenza common disease, then dengue fever, then hepatitis B, then smallpox, rabies disease, AIDS disease. These are caused by the viruses. Then we have disease caused by bacteria. We know these are common name. typhoid, chlorella, tuberculosis, anthrax disease, tetanus, food poisoning, then plague, we all know these names, then protozootic disease like malaria, first disease we all know, then kala ajar you all know, amoebic dysentery we know, sleeping sickness, these are common disease. Fungi cause ringworm near our in our it is common in our feet, ringworm. Okay, yes, it is a skin disease. Now you can delete, I guess. So we learn the each method, each process of disease in detail. The first is through air. That means how by the air we get disease. Microorganisms that cause common cold, tuberculosis, pneumonia, etc. spread through air we breathe. So what are the common disease we spread with air? The first is common cold, tuberculosis and pneumonia, etc. spread through the air. For example, when a person suffering from common cold, sneezes or coughs, okay, fine droplets of moisture carrying germs are released in the air. When a healthy person breathes in the air, germs enter in his body and infect the person. For this reason, we should keep our hand. Okay, this is saying that whenever an infected, for example, this person is having some disease, for example, influenza, and he is infected. So whenever he will sneeze in front of you, what will happen? Some water droplet will come out from his nose, and you are a healthy person. Okay, whenever you will, these air droplets containing the germs will be present in the air, and you are breathing from air. So what will happen? You will breathe these droplets. Okay, by air, this germ will go and enter in your body. Okay, and you will get affected. For this reason, what people do, whenever people have sneezing problem, there is they have common cold or influenza, what they do, they use a hanky before sneezing or coughing, because to not get spread the disease. In this situation, the best example is COVID-19, again coronavirus. Everyone is wearing mask. So why people are wearing mask? Because whenever people will sneeze or cough, what will happen? The virus or the germs will travel from one part with the droplets, it may travel to the air, and from air or the direct contact it may affect the healthy person. So that's why the infected person always need to cover his mouth with a hanky before sneezing or coughing, so that the healthy person is not get affected. Okay, this is the process by which disease spreads in air. The next is through water weeding. Disease may also spread through the water. Some diseases spread through water. Example: cholera, typhoid, jaundice, hepatitis, polio, etc. The cholera causing microbes enter the healthy person through the water he drinks and infect him. After flood in any other natural calamity, we are advised to boil. Okay, the thing is how that disease move to our body whenever there is some germs in the water. Okay, and if you eat the dirty water or the water which is not pure, what will happen? You will feel some stomach problem. The first is type, you may have cholera, typhoid, jaundice, hepatitis B, polio. These are the examples. For this reason, you have seen that after flood, for example, in a village area there is flood or any problem with the water. Okay, what people suggest? People suggest that first you boil the water, then you drink the water. Why we boil the water? Because you know by boiling heat will kill all the germs. Okay, so to be safe from this disease, what we need to do? We need to do we need to first boil the water before drinking. And if you drink the boiled water, then what will happen? All the germs present in the water will be killed by the heat, and we will eat the pure and healthy water. Okay, so the next method is through food we eat. Okay, protozoa, bacteria, spores of fungi are present in the soil and whatever they enter our food. Okay, therefore we vegetables after okay. So for example, in a market there is a food, or in a plate there are some food. Some flies will come and sit into some other microbes will come and sit into the food. For example, in your home, whenever you've seen that some food is kept into the table and some small flies are there. Okay, some small flies are there, so these may also cause some disease infection. Here with this flies, some disease may have come in before coming to this place. Maybe the flies was into some drain. Okay, the flies were living in the drain, and whenever you keep the food in the table, the flies are moving from drain to the your table. So maybe the flies are keeping the infectious microbes. So how to be safe from this? You need to cover your foods every time. You need to wash your vegetables, fruit whenever you bring them from market. You need to eat hot foods. Okay, in this way you can be safe from this. Then the other methods are through insects and animals. This is quite common, we all know this. There are some insects and animals that act as a carrier for disease causing microbes. These animals and insects are called as vectors. Okay, so what are vectors? There are some disease which are caused by which are carried by some insects, and the insects which carry the disease are known as vectors. The common example is mosquito. We know when people say whenever mosquito will bite, it may cause malaria. Okay, then other, okay, there are some other, I'll explain. Okay, for now you remember just malaria. So people say that whenever mosquito will cut you, bite you, you will suffer from malaria disease. That means the mosquito is causing you some, giving you some disease. That means this mosquito is known as the vector, because being an insect is, it is giving you the disease. So this insect is known as the vector. Vector carry the disease causing microbes from an infected person to the healthy person causing disease. So I've explained you how they carry from an infected place or person to the healthy person. So they are known as the vector who are transferring. The first is housefly. So in case of housefly, you all know, just now I have explained that whenever you are keeping a food in open space, what happens? Some flies are coming and sitting into it. Okay, you've seen this. You have, if you have kept some vegetables or some cooked foods over a table, and after some time some flies will come into it, and before coming to this place, flies maybe they are present in some drain or some dirty place where there are microbes. So while traveling from that place to this place, they have brought some microbes with this, and they are leaving these microbes into your food, and you are eating this food and you are getting some disease, ultimately becoming ill. So you need to cover your food. This is the common. So there are some common diseases that are caused in this by these house flies. These are chlorella, typhoid, dysentery, tuberculosis. Okay, these are some common diseases which caused by the activities of house flies. This is why in your home you always need to cover the food with some cover, and after bringing any food or vegetables from market, you need to wash it very carefully. Okay, then the next is mosquito. I have explained this already, but I am explaining again. The Anopheles mosquito, this is a female Anopheles mosquito, sucks the blood of human beings. While sucking blood, it transmits plasmodium into human blood. Plasmodium causes malaria. So how malaria is caused? The only the female Anopheles mosquito, whenever they suck blood from human, mosquito suck blood from human, right? Whenever they suck blood from human, they leave some protozoa known as plasmodium. Okay, they leave this into our human blood, and this plasmodium causes the malaria disease. There are some others like Aedes mosquito acts as a carrier of dengue virus. So you also know dengue disease there. So who causes this? The Aedes mosquito carries this dengue disease virus. Okay, and they'll, whenever they'll bite you, they'll leave this virus into your body, and ultimately you will get affected by dengue. So how to be safe from this? You need to clean your home or your nearby your home place. Okay, no dirty water should be there. You need to clean the drains nearby you. Then you need to use mosquito net. Okay, these are some common precautions. All the mosquitoes okay, breed in water. Hence, once you should one should not let water collect in coolers, tires. Okay, so by keeping our surroundings. Okay, so where the mosquitoes give birth to their small larvae, there is the other mosquitoes, their next generation. The all mosquitoes breed in water. In which water? In your nearby your home. If there is some stagnant water, for example, in a waste tire some water is there, in a blocked drain some water is there, in waste water, in a broken drum some water is there, in waste, this type of waste water, mosquito give birth to their next generation, this childs. Okay, so you need to clean these all things so that the mosquito will not grow and it will not affect you by giving you any disease. So you need to clean your home and nearby area to get free from these things. Okay. Now we know that there are different ways by which these microbes affect us. The first is through the air, then by water, then by contact, then by other insects. For example, microbes and mosquito and housefly. So how we'll protect ourselves from this as a whole? The first is wash vegetables and fruits properly before eating. Before eating, this is common to all. Before eating, we all wash fruits and vegetables. Then boil drinking water, particularly when there are chances of infection. That means if there is some flood or you are aware that okay from last 2 days the drinking water is not clear, so you boil the water and then drink. Keep the infected person in complete isolation in your home. For example, or if any of your friend is having any disease, for example, not any disease, viral disease, like example fever or cough or sneezing, you maintain a distance from it, or you suggest him that you use a hanky before coughing or sneezing. Okay. Keep the personal belongings of the patient away from those of the others. That means the person who is infected with, for example, fever or sneezing, you should not use his goods. So you should make separate you should keep his belongings separately from yours. Okay. Maintain personal hygiene and good sanitary habits. Personal hygiene means before eating food you need to wash your hands. After toilet you need to wash your hands and feet with soap. So these are some good habits you need to raise. Vaccination should be given at a suitable age to get immunity. So we all know in our small age we all are given vaccine, polio vaccine, and there are some other vaccine. So these are also necessary to save ourselves from different diseases. So vaccination should be there. Maintain good sanitation in the community, not only at home. You should suggest others also to maintain good sanitation habits. For example, after toilet, wash your hands with soap. Before eating, washing hands and maintaining clean in my home and community is your duty, or you should tell others about this. Do not eat stale food. Okay, you should not eat stale food. Protect yourself from mosquito bites by using mosquito nets and mosquito repellent creams. So how you need to protect yourself? First, use mosquito nets, and you can also use mosquito repellent creams are also there, so you can use these creams. Do not allow water to collect in the surrounding. As I told already, do not allow any wastewater to be stagnant water in your nearby vicinity. Okay. Then the last is put fine wire mesh or doors on the window of the prevent mosquito from the entering the homes. So the last part, how you can protect your home: put some fine net in the all the ventilators, windows. Okay, whenever it is possible, so that mosquito will not enter from this ways. Okay, but this is not so useful. You can go with the other 10 points. You can leave this point number 11. Okay. So far we have learned all the diseases concerned with the humans. Now we learn diseases concerned with the animals and plants. Several microorganisms cause diseases not only in humans but also in the animals like cows, buffalo. We all know not only humans, animals also suffer from disease, and plants also. So there are some microbial disease for animals and cows also. We learn this also, and this is common to all. You all have heard disease of poultry. So there are some disease which is caused to the poultry also by the microorganisms. We will learn. Okay. This disease reduce the milk production, egg production, growth of birds, and may even cause death. So what this disease may cause? The first is production of milk may be hampered. There is a production of milk will be less. Then egg production in case of chicken will be less. Then growth of birds will be less. For example, poultry, and may in severe case it may cause the death of the animals also. Okay. There are some example photographs showing some disease, foot and mouth disease. Okay, you can see this diagram in your book, it will be more clear. Then some common disease caused by microorganisms. Okay, in this table we learn some common disease which are caused by microorganisms. First is bacteria to the cattle. Cattle means, for example, you can consider cow, buffalo. Okay, the cow, in case of cow, the common diseases are anthrax and tuberculosis. You need to remember these names of disease. Anthrax is a disease of cattle, then tuberculosis. Then poultry, what are the diseases caused in poultry by bacteria? First is tuberculosis, then fowl chlorella, then diarrhea. These are the common disease caused to poultry. You need to remember this all disease name. Okay, these are name of the diseases. Then virus cause disease to cattle also. These are foot and mouth disease. So this disease, the example you have seen in this photo is an example of viral disease of cattle. Then other diseases are also there. Poultry, in poultry virus causes fowl pox. Then bird flu. Bird flu, you are familiar with this. Whenever bird flu comes, all poultry dies. Okay, so this situation, this disease is known as bird flu. This is an important disease. You need to remember all these disease name. So in plants also some microorganisms cause diseases. Plants such as, in case of rice plant, you have seen such diseases are there. In these are common, you have all have seen this. For example, citrus fruit, it is there. Okay, some common plants in which diseases are found is wheat, rice, potato, sugar. Some examples, in almost all plant we get the diseases. The disease reduce yield of the crops. What in case of plant, what they do, they reduce the yield of the crop. They may also kill the plant. Okay, and they affect the seed. The plant disease are transmitted. How these diseases are transmitted? These diseases are transmitted through, in case of human, these are through air, then water, then contact, and by the insects. In case of plant, they are transmitted through seed. If you plant an infected seed, the plant will be infected. Okay, so seed, air is there, through air the virus may transmit. Then soil. These are some common method of transmission of plant disease. So we'll learn some basic plant disease. Blight. The blight disease is found in rice, which is caused by a bacteria. Then citrus canker. This is your citrus canker in case of citrus fruit. It is a bacterial disease caused by found in citrus fruits. Okay. Then rust disease. It is caused by fungi. It is found in wheat and mustard plant. Then smart disease. It is also fungal disease found in wheat. Then tobacco mosaic disease found in tobacco plant. It is a viral disease. Then yellow vein mosaic, it is a viral disease caused by found in bhindi. In bhindi this is found. Okay, yellow vein mosaic, that is the veins of the plant leaf will be yellowish in color. The plant disease can be controlled by spraying chemicals that kill microbes or infected plants. So in case of, whenever you are humans, whenever you get any bacterial fever, what do you do? Bacterial infection, we take medicine. So in case of plants also, there are some chemicals by giving, that means a medicine for plant, for example, the chemicals which will help to keep the plant healthy, and it will kill the all microbes. Okay, so up to this much we have discussed in this class all the harmful effects of the microorganisms. Yes, you have today's class was a bit fast, but if there is any doubt you can ask me. Okay, in the next class we will discuss the remaining part of this chapter, that means what are the different methods of food preservation and nitrogen cycle. Okay, this is for today. Thank you.